Alright, these are the Acrux TR GTX Boot men's from Arc'teryx. So when I was looking for a shoe to take with me on my adventures, I was looking around for some reviews of these things, and I think I did find one. But I thought now that I got them, because I was convinced, I'll make a review myself. So get rid of that. Let's get into it. I've taken these in Wales and in Poland. So in Wales it was just pissing it down as usual, and in Poland it was a mixture of some rain, a lot of sun, and also a lot of snow. Poland's one of those countries that's got a bit of everything in it. And what I can say about this shoe is that it's absolutely amazing. I heard some stuff about, if you take it on like long walks with heavy weight, it's going to destroy your feet. And then I heard other people saying, no, that's not true, this is an amazing boot. And I've got to agree with the latter, because I took this when I was wearing like 20 odd kilograms of weight on my back, and I don't have any issues with it not supporting my foot or anything. I'm not even sure if these boots, or if boots generally do support your ankle, unless they're ones that come right up here. But basically, let's go over it. So we've got a nice rubber toe on this thing, all around the front, completely sealed off. I've not had any issues with the seal here so far. I've only had these for maybe 4 months, to be fair, but it seems to be really sturdy. And then from the toe then running all the way up the shoe, you've got this, I didn't realise this when I bought it, but this is actually like a Gore-Tex line that runs right up from the front, right up the side, and to the top there, and there's the same on the other side. And then in here is not quite as strong underneath the lacing, but it's certainly water resistant. So once you get to the top then, you've got the main little loop there, and these actually, when you pull like this to pull over to the other side, this automatically clips shut. There's like a little thing, I'm not sure if you can see it there, and this little loop will automatically close when you put a bit of weight on it, and it'll jam the lace tight here, so that when you're doing all your little shenanigans up the top, you're not going to lose that tension. I'll put a little photo, maybe a video of me up here now, of sort of what I was walking through in Poland, and it was fully deep snow, like definitely enough snow to get over the front and the top of the shoe and up the sides. And I did that for probably 5 days straight, trekking in the Tatras, or just walking around, and my feet did not get wet once in this thing. It kept the water and all the snow completely out of it. So for that, I am grateful. And then the tongue of it, I'll show you the left foot for a bit of diversity. The tongue is a bit strange. It's sort of like a ski boot, in the sense that it doesn't fold right. You can't the tongue doesn't originate down the bottom here. It's like all solid, and then at the top here, you can see that's where it separates. So yeah, it's kind of like a ski boot in that sense. But once again, very comfortable, fits in there, keeps your foot nice and solid. So happy about that. The padding on this shoe is very good, especially around the ankles. I'm not sure if any of you ever hit, when you were younger and used to hit your ankles with a scooter or something. If you did that in these, you would not have any issues. They're really nicely padded around there, so if you slide down, hit any rocks, anything with your ankles, they can be completely fine. And then inside, the padding is okay. It's not amazing, but like, I'm not really sure what extreme padding would really do for your foot anyway, to be honest. Fairly standard padding in the shoe on this one. And from day one, I had no issues with rubbing on these either. I did them nice and tight, and they hug my foot. These are a size 10.5, by the way. I've got big feet. I'm fairly short, but my feet are big. I'm like a hobbit. So yeah, no rubbing, keep them on nice and tight. There was one little bit on my foot, at about this outer portion there on my right foot, just where it was creasing when I was stepping, this bit here, and this little crease, started to ever so slightly sort of rub my foot when I was doing my walking in Wales. And that was maybe 3 days, all in all, I had that issue. But the issue just got less and less, until the point now where, as long as you're wearing like a fairly good pair of socks, like, you know, don't go out with some cheap thing you bought from Turkey, right? Nice good pair of socks. Since then, I've not had any issues. That has gone away. I think I've sort of won the battle against that little bit of it. But other than that, absolutely no issues. So I'll just go around and I'll just show you the front of the shoes there. And there's the side, and there's the back, and there's the other side. Yeah, good laces on them, long ass laces, and they do sometimes, once you do them up, sometimes they'll come apart, especially if you've got fairly big loops on them. But just tuck the laces in anyway, and you'll be fine. So yeah, if I were to say get them, or if you were to ask me, should I get these shoes, I'd probably say yeah, though it does depend on where you're going, because like I said, they're Gore-Tex, they're very waterproof. I'm going to Morocco trekking in, well, next month. I'm not going to take these because my foot will turn into Shrek swamp in them. There's no way the water's getting in, which also means there's no way the water's getting out. And I know they say Gore-Tex is like breathable, like it keeps but I'm not sure if that's true. I don't want to risk it. So I can't say for sure what these are like in hot weather, yeah. But I can say that in cold, wet, snowy, rainy, a very good shoe. They are Vibram soles. These things dig in nicely. I was walking on ice, like full on ice, and we were going pretty down a pretty steep hill, and there were some people that went walking out there with a pair of, like, you know, trainers on, like some, I don't know, Adidas, and they weren't having a good time. They had to essentially go down the hill on their ass, but not me. With these, they were surprisingly good at digging into like a fairly solid sort of path of ice. So that was one extra thing. I did use them in some temperature, like when I was in Poland, it was about 20 degrees. Now I'm not sure where you lot are watching it from, but in Britain that's pretty warm. But then again, in that temperature I wasn't really trekking, I was just walking around, like around flatlands. Poland is flat until you go to the Tatras, so they weren't, you know, like I wouldn't put them through the stresses. Don't be going out thinking, oh, you know, I saw on Far Horizon's channel that, you know, he was walking around in the hot in Poland, so these are going to be fine for, like, I don't know, the Gobi Desert or something in like August. I'm not sure about that, but you'll have to figure that one out yourself. I do remember them getting kind of sweaty. Luckily my socks are good, but if you're particularly prone to sweaty feet, expect them to smell. Maybe get one of those little sprays or something, because they'll keep things out, but they'll also keep it in. Good for snow, good for some sun that I know of. Could go scooter in them if you wanted to, though you might get bullied. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, bye.